Hi children, let us continue our discussion for the principles of inheritance and variation. In the previous videos, we have discussed in detail for the monohybrid cross and the dihybrid cross along with the ratios. This is the monohybrid cross where the tall plant and the dwarf plant it is taken, and in the F1 generation, right, the plants they are tall and they are heterozygous tall. Heterozygous means where the alleles they are different. When the F1 plants they are selved, then in the second filial generation, the three plants they are tall and one is dwarf. Out of these three tall plants, one is homozygous, two they are heterozygous, and the dwarf it is homozygous dwarf. Homozygous and heterozygous we have discussed. जहाँ पर alleles same है, that condition is known as homozygous condition. जहाँ पर alleles different है, that is known as heterozygous condition. And these are the ratios, phenotypic ratio and the genotypic ratio. What the reason behind the difference of the phenotypic ratio and the genotypic ratio? It is nothing but the heterozygous and homozygous condition, because you can see here कि out of four, three plants they are tall, right? But out of four, here as far as the zygosity it is concerned, here the out of four, one is homozygous dominant, two they are heterozygous dominant, right? And one it is homozygous recessive. So the homozygous condition and the heterozygous condition that is responsible for the difference in the ratio here. You should be very clear with this ratio, children, that is phenotypic and the genotypic ratio. Again, phenotype it is the physical outfit, genotype it is the genetic composition. Monohybrid cross where the inheritance of one gene it is studied. Now, based on the observations on monohybrid cross, Mendel proposed the two general rules which are called as the principles or laws of inheritance, and one is called as the law of dominance, and the another one it is called as the law of segregation. Law of dominance and law of segregation, it is stated on the results of the monohybrid cross. Out of a pair of factors, factors are what? Genes. Out of a pair of factors, one expresses itself in the first filial generation, right? And the one which is expressed, that is said to be dominant, and the one which is hidden, which hides itself under the influence of the dominant gene, that is recessive. So this is what the law of dominance, where you can say in a dissimilar pair of factors, one member of the pair dominates the other, means dominant dominates the recessive. ठीक है. So out of a pair of factor, one expresses itself in the फर्स्ट फीलियल जनरेशन, और जिसने अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस किया दैट इज डोमिनेंट, और जो हाइड हो गया दैट इज रिसेसिव. नाउ व्हाट द लॉ ऑफ सेग्रीगेशन इज, here you can see in the F2 generation the dwarf character जो कि disappear हो गया था first filial generation में, that reappears in the second filial generation. And इससे क्या पता चला? इससे ये पता चला कि ऐसा नहीं है कि वो कैरेक्टर कहीं खो गया या फिर ब्लेंड हो गया. इट मीन्स दैट उसकी एग्जिस्टेंस रही, and why it reappears in the F2 generation, it is because of the segregation of the characters at the time of gamete formation. So this is what the law of segregation is, where when the two plants of F1 generation they are crossed, here the characters they are segregated at the time of gamete formation, which resulted in the reappearance of the recessive character in the F2 generation. However, the number is still not very much. It is only one in number out of four, but here it reappears. And this is why, this is because the segregation of characters it happens at the time of gamete formation. अगेन गैमीट्स दे आर हैप्लॉइड इन नेचर. इससे पहले वाले वीडियो में मैंने आपको बताया था कि गैमीट्स हैप्लॉइड होते हैं, मियोसिस से बनते हैं, रिडक्शनल डिवीजन के थ्रू बनते हैं. n number of chromosomes होते हैं, only one set and only one chromosome can enter in the one gamete, right? So one chromosome can enter in one gamete so as to allele. Only one allele can enter in one gamete, and each and every gamete, it is having the equal chance to fuse with the another gamete of the another plant, right? Each and every gamete of one plant, it is having the right to fuse with the another gamete of the another plant. So that is how you can explain the law of segregation. Again, it is because of the segregation of the characters in at the time of gamete formation, the recessive character, it reappears in the F2 generation. This is what the law of segregation. And let us quickly come to the dihybrid cross. I have given you the dihybrid ratio as well. 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. This is what? This is the Punnett square. It is devised by the Regnalt Punnett, and uh, Punnett square, it is very much comfortable to give the possible predictions of the genotypes. Now, here what you can say that the 9 plants, they are what? They are round yellow. 3, they are round green. 3, they are wrinkled yellow. And 1, it is wrinkled green. This ratio, it is obtained after the dihybrid cross, and you can see here the two parental combinations. Two parental combinations in the sense that what the beginning of the dihybrid cross, it is like this: RRYY into RRYY. And here in the first filial generation, all the plants, they are having the round shaped and yellow colored seeds, because they are the dominant characters. And when the F1 plants, they are selfed, then the F2 ratio, it is obtained like this: 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. So let us self the F1 plants here, right? And here the 4 types of gametes you can form, because the formation of the gametes, they are very important here. Same as for here. Right? So these are the different types of gametes. These are the gametes of this plant, these are the gametes of this plant, right? And you can place the gametes here over the planes of the Punnett square like this. The same gametes these are, and you can find the possible combinations, and the ratio, it will be obtained like this: 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. I think आपको कोई भी confusion नहीं होगा यहाँ तक. डाइहाइब्रिड क्रॉस में हम 2 कैरेक्टर्स लेते हैं जिनको हम स्टडी करते हैं, और यहाँ पर अगर आप बोलो कि यहाँ पर कैपिटल आर कैपिटल वाई क्यों है, बिकॉज आर इट रिप्रेजेंट द राउंड शेप एंड द वाई इट रिप्रेजेंट द yellow color, and they are written by the capital letters because they are dominant over the wrinkled and the ग्रीन कलर. लेकिन हमने W और G इसलिए नहीं लिया क्योंकि ये रूल होता है कि कैपिटल लेटर से हम डोमिनेंट जीन को लिखते हैं और उसी के स्मॉलर वर्जन से हम जो है रिसेसिव जीन को लिखते हैं, जस्ट टू अवॉइड द एम्बिग्युइटी. एंड F1 जनरेशन में हमने ये हेट्रोजाइगस कंडीशन इट इज ऑब्टेन्ड, बट इन द हेट्रोजाइगस कंडीशन ऑल्सो क्या होता है कि डोमिनेंट कैरेक्टर ही अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस करता है. दिस इज व्हाट द ब्यूटी ऑफ द डोमिनेंट कैरेक्टर चिल्ड्रन, है ना. तभी तो वो डोमिनेंट कहलाता है. तो इस हेट्रोजाइगस कंडीशन में भी क्या हुआ, क्योंकि कैपिटल आर कैपिटल वाई है, तो राउंड शेप्ड एंड येलो कलर्ड सीड्स दे आर ऑब्टेन्ड, एंड द कंडीशन जरूर यहाँ पर हेट्रोजाइगस है, बट हेट्रोजाइगस कंडीशन में भी डोमिनेंट कैरेक्टर ही अपीयर होते हैं. और जब F1 प्लांट्स को सेल्फ किया, तो एज you can see here the different combinations they are appeared. Now अब जो important बात है देखने वाली वो देखें. This round yellow, right, and this wrinkled green. One plant it is of wrinkled green and 9 plants they are of round yellow. They are the parental combinations. ये इन्हीं को हमने क्रॉस किया था, राउंड येलो एंड रिंकल्ड ग्रीन को. दे आर द पेरेंटल कॉम्बिनेशंस, राइट. सो उसमें कोई हमें कंफ्यूजन होना ही नहीं चाहिए. 9 प्लांट्स जो राउंड येलो ऑब्टेन्ड है एंड 1 प्लांट जो रिंकल्ड ग्रीन ऑब्टेन्ड है, दे आर द पेरेंटल कॉम्बिनेशंस चिल्ड्रन, राइट. सो उसमें आपको कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं होना चाहिए. अब देखिए, दो नए कॉम्बिनेशंस ऑब्टेन हुए हैं. व्हाट दीज आर? रिंकल्ड येलो एंड राउंड ग्रीन, जो कि हमने लिए नहीं थे. ये हमें F2 जनरेशन में मिले हैं, राइट. एंड the observation of the dihybrid cross, it is responsible for the statement in the form of law of independent assortment, right. the reason behind the the reason behind the appearance of these two other than parental combinations. What the other than parental combinations I am talking about, this wrinkled yellow and round green, it is because you can see my pointer here, children. No confusion for that. You can see here. जबकि ये गैमीट फॉर्मेशन हो रहा है ना, जबकि हम F1 प्लांट्स को क्रॉस करा रहे हैं, तो ये गैमीट जनरेशन जो मैंने यहाँ पर बनाई है, ये जो गैमीट्स फॉर्मेशन हो रहे हैं, यहाँ पर आप कह सकते हो द कैरेक्टर्स दे आर independently assort at the time of gamete formation. What I am trying to say here, देखिए, पेरेंट्स में राउंड शेप के साथ येलो कलर है एंड रिंकल्ड शेप के साथ ग्रीन कलर है, राइट. बट ऐसा कोई रेस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है ना. देखिए यहाँ पर राउंड येलो के साथ भी है एंड राउंड इट कैन गो विद ग्रीन एज वेल. रिंकल्ड ग्रीन के साथ भी है जो कि पेरेंटल कॉम्बिनेशन में था, बट रिंकल्ड इट कैन गो विद येलो एज वेल, राइट. व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से, देयर इज नो रेस्ट्रिक्शन एक्चुअली कि यही रहेगा, राउंड येलो के साथ ही रहेगा, रिंकल्ड ग्रीन के साथ ही रहेगा. नो, characters they are independently assort at the time of gamete formation. This is what the law of independent assortment. और अब आप देखिए, जबकि characters independently assort हो गए ना, राउंड जो है येलो के अलावा ग्रीन के साथ भी चला गया, रिंकल जो है वो ग्रीन के अलावा येलो के साथ भी चला गया. दिस इज द बेसिस of the appearance of these non-parental combinations, round green and wrinkled yellow, right. So that you can say here, and here I have justified you what the law of independent assortment, children. I think आप समझ गए होगे. If not, please comment on in the comment section. I'll revert you back. And here, as there is no restriction for the allotment, right, here the characters they are independently assort at the time of gamete formation, and this is what the law of independent assortment is. So अब तक हमने दो रेशोज देख लिए एंड 3 लॉज देख लिए. व्हाट द 3 लॉज आर? दे आर law of dominance, law of segregation, and law of independent assortment. Characters they are independently assort at the time of gamete formation. कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं होना चाहिए आप लोगों को यहाँ तक. मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस, डाईहाइब्रिड क्रॉस, राइट. मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस के बेस पे 2 लॉज एंड डाईहाइब्रिड क्रॉस के बेस पर 1 लॉ. अब मैं एक चीज और बताना चाहती हूँ आपको. ये जो रेशो है ना, 1:2:1, दैट कैन ऑल्सो बी रिटन एज लाइक दिस. 1:4, 1/2 and 1/4, right. Out of 4, 1 is what? The homozygous dominant, out of four, two they are heterozygous dominant, and out of four, one is homozygous recessive. This ratio, 1 is to 2 is to 1, it is mathematically condensable to the form of the binomial expression ax plus by. How? Here the gametes that bearing genes capital T or small t, they are bearing genes in equal frequency of half. So you can make here the expression like this: 1 by half capital T plus 1 by half small t, right? And you can make here the square like this. और अब आप इसको सॉल्व करोगे तो आपको सेम रेशो मिलेगा, है ना? इंटरेस्टिंग सी बात। आप देखो, बायो मैथमेटिकली प्रूव हो रही है, राइट? सो very interesting it is. Here the ratio of the Mendel, it is proven mathematically as well. And ये भी एक रीजन रहा मेंडल को अपने काम का रिकॉग्निशन उसी समय ना मिलने का, क्योंकि फॉर द वेरी फर्स्ट टाइम ही यूज्ड मैथमेटिक्स इन बायो। सो दैट, मुझे ये बताना था इसलिए मैंने आपको बताया कि like this ratio, it is also condensable to the form of the binomial expression ax plus by the square. Here which ratio? This one, 1 is to 2 is to 1. So please don't get confused for that. So here we are done with the monohybrid and dihybrid cross children in detail, and let us quickly discuss what the law of dominance, law of segregation, law of independent assortment they are. See, बहुत डिटेल में मैंने आपको बताया what the law of dominance, what, कि जब हम प्लांट्स को क्रॉस कराते हैं तो फर्स्ट फीलियल जनरेशन में सिर्फ एक कैरेक्टर appear होता है, and the character which appears, that is said to be dominant. In other words, you can say out of a pair of factors are nothing but the genes, right? And genes control the characters. सब interlinked है. So out of a pair of factors, only one expresses itself, and the one which expresses itself, it is said to be dominant, and the other one is recessive. So this is what the law of dominance is. What the law of segregation is, here again आप कह सकते हो कि the reappearance of the recessive character in the F2 generation, what it suggests that characters, they are segregated at the time of gamete formation when the F1 plants, they are crossed. जबकि F1 plants को हम बार बार क्यों बोल रहे हैं, क्योंकि they are heterozygous, right? So when the F1 plants, they are crossed, then the characters, they are segregated at the time of gamete formation, and each and every gamete is having the equal chance to fuse with the another gamete of the another plant, and this is the reason when this gamete is fused with this, then the recessive character reappears. So this is what the law of segregation, characters, they are segregated at the time of gamete formation. And let us talk about the law of independent assortment, where in the dihybrid cross, the two non-parental combinations can be seen in the form of round green and wrinkled yellow combinations. And the reason behind the two non-parental combination, it is because the characters, they are independently assort at the time of gamete formation when the F1 plants, they are crossed, right? So these are the three laws: law of dominance, law of segregation, and law of independent assortment. Now, come to the incomplete dominance, right? Because here we have seen the two crosses, monohybrid cross and the dihybrid cross. This is also a monohybrid cross, but here slight deviation it is there, and this is known as incomplete dominance. क्या होता है इनकम्प्लीट डोमिनेंस में? इनकम्प्लीट डोमिनेंस में आप एग्जाम्पल दोगे स्नैपड्रैगन का, स्नैपड्रैगन एंड इसका साइंटिफिक नेम है एंटीरिनम स्पीशीज. एंटीरिनम स्पीशीज. क्या हुआ कि एक कैरेक्टर लिया गया दैट इज फ्लावर कलर, राइट. सो रेड फ्लावर लिए गए एंड वाइट फ्लावर लिए गए, मीन्स प्लांट लिए गए जो कि one plant of the same species that is like having the red colored flower and another one is having the white colored flower of the same species, antirrhinum species. The contrasting characters you can say children here, right? No confusion for that. अब red is dominant over white, so इस तरह से आपने cross बनाना है जहाँ पर genes R it is for the red color being dominant, capital R, and the small r it is for white. अब इनको क्रॉस कराया गया तो F1 जनरेशन में the heterozygous condition it appears, right. And the flower color should be, होना क्या चाहिए, रेड होना चाहिए, पर हुआ क्या, पिंक, राइट. और जब F1 प्लांट्स को क्रॉस कराया गया, इनको क्रॉस कराया गया लाइक दिस, तो F2 जनरेशन में जो कॉम्बिनेशन आया वो इस तरह से आया. So ratio is what? 1 is to 2 is to 1. One is red, one is white, and two, they are what? They are pink, right? So अब जो देखने वाली बात है वो क्या है, देखिए. Again, the plant name is snapdragon or antirrhinum species. Here you can see the incomplete dominance. What the incomplete dominance is? The heterozygous genotype produces a phenotype that falls intermediate, right, in between the dominant trait and the recessive trait, that is pink, which is the combination of the red and white, right? So intermediate it is, and it is a deviation from the normal laws. And here the red colored flower, red flowered plant, it is crossed with the white flowered plant, and in the first filial generation the flowers they are having pink in color, they are having pink color. And in the F2 generation the ratio it is obtained, one plant is having the red flower, one plant is having the white flower, and the two plants they are having the pink flowers. And here this is what, this is the phenotypic ratio, and the genotypic ratio you can make here. Out of four, one is homozygous, this one is homozygous, right, this one is also homozygous, and these two they are heterozygous, the two they are heterozygous ना. So again the genotypic ratio also it is 1 is to 2 is to 1. मुझे नहीं लगता आपको कोई confusion होना चाहिए. This is what, where the capital genes, homozygous dominant you can say, homozygous recessive you can say, and this is this is heterozygous condition. However हम इनको dominant नहीं कह सकते क्योंकि यहाँ पर pink color appear हुआ है. So two they are of heterozygous condition. So this is what the phenotypic ratio. And the genotypic ratio we have seen, out of four, one is red, one is white, and two they are pink. So in the incomplete dominance, the genotypic ratio and the phenotypic ratio, children, they are what? They are same. 1 is to 2 is to 1, 1 is to 2 is to 1. So this is what the incomplete dominance. Incomplete dominance is a form of intermediate inheritance in which one allele for a specific trait is not completely expressed over its paired allele. And this results in a third phenotype in which the expressed physical trait is a combination of the phenotypes of both alleles. So here a monohybrid cross it is, but here the one allele it is incompletely dominant over the another allele. So this much is sufficient for now. We'll meet in the upcoming video. अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छा लगा है तो उसको लाइक करिएगा, शेयर करिएगा और सब्सक्राइब करिएगा. Till then, have a very good day.